Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. This is Alpha Omega, and we are going to talk about a new blog for SF Von Draken. Without further ado, let's jump in. Drones of Decay, introducing Elspeth Von Draken. You can find this on the Community Credit Assembly website, and it should be under the news. And Drones of Decay is introducing SF Von Draken. So starting off, we have greetings. We're back this week with our second deep dive into Thrones of Decay, having royally infested ourselves with Nurgle Blessing last time. We thought it's appropriate. We thought it appropriate to take a refreshing trip to the Gardens of Moor with the Empire's latest legendary lord, SF Von Draken. And though you may have heard some rumbling already, we are delighted to confirm that Drones of Decay will be released on the 30th of April. Oh, that's good. Because I did mention that this will be maybe like in the end of May. Because May is still considered as spring, because they mentioned it'll come out spring, but never would I thought it would be on the last day of April, which is great because that will give them time to actually do the quick fix during those hot fixes like during the May, and then they'll continue off with the new DLC that's maybe will come out at the summer. And if it's gonna come out in the summer, I will say like maybe in July or August, that'll come out. I'm just predicting something. I don't know if it'll go far, but it all depends really how well this new DLC will do. And not only that, they will be able to tell which DLC, which character are favored and have done well based on the sales. Yes, let's continue on. You can check out the introduction to Drones of Decay and Termacon, the Maggot Lore, via the link below, as well as the Nurgle Showcase on the official Total War YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to have the link for the blog for SF Von Draken. I don't know if I should just put the link for the Magalord. That's up to you to look at for it yourself. I already have one link to the other video. If you have yet to watch the Tomacon gameplay with the discussion I was going with, and another other video with the blog, Tomacon blog, where it shows their the mechanics and new units coming out. I do recommend you check those out. And like and subscribe if you have yet. Comment down below what you think about the Lord itself and his faction and mechanics. What your thoughts on it? All right, right. There's a lot to cover, and we all know why we're here. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Now, last time I have spent a while to read these blogs, but I would just make it quick, nice and quick, with this. SF Von Draken, introducing the Dark Lady of None to some, the Graveyard Rose to others. SF Von Draken is a respected advisor to the Elector Countess Emmanuel von Liebwitz. Pretty sure I said that wrong, but let's move on. Alright, so she come out with this nice, like this mean goth girl stance. She got that Arthur pose that she looked like she's gonna punch somebody, but carry on. At a glance, here what she brings to the Empire: spellcaster, as a potent Lord of Death spellcaster with a hefty scythe to boost. Wait, that's a scythe? It looked like a staff, so maybe it's a scythe. We're not even doesn't show it. We'll see. With a hefty scythe to boot. SF abilities grant her a healthy mix of subversion and magic. I wonder what that means. Are they saying that she have more than just death spell, or her death spell will make her do something else? That would be very interesting. Mounts. Elsef can utilize a warhorse as a typical mount, or a spring for the monstrous Carmine Dragon. That would be very useful. And people don't understand that when you have these mounts, that they do benefit from the type of battles you do. So it's just a mount. Let's say you're going against a lot of missile units. You could just use the mount to run around, use it as a support, or you're going against melee focused infantry. You could go with the Carmine Dragon and just rush down there and support your melee troops. If you know, that's just a little gameplay. It could be via vice versa, or you could do both. It doesn't matter if you know how to play. You know how to do things, or you can just just an additional tactic that you can implement in your gameplay if you're having a hard time with the Elf battle. Imperial Gunnery School, a unique campaign mechanic focused on developing the next stages of the Empire's weaponry with black powder and wizardry. Now, I don't think they're saying that they will mix black powder and wizardry at this point with this statement. I'm guessing they're going to say it's like their one category is going to be for the missile units, while the other category will be for spells and such as that. Now, if they could combine both of them, it'll be very worthwhile getting her DLC just to try it out, because that will be a really brand new concept or mechanic to that brings about to the Warhammer 3 experience. Gardens of Moor, a new building type allowing SF to transport her armies instantly to the Gardens of Moor, constructed within friendly Empire City. So I feel like it's very similar to Mazestinkia teleportation when you get the hex. I don't think it's the last hex. I forgot which hex is it, but you use the hex and then you can teleport an enemy army to somewhere else, or if I'm not mistaken, if you overcast it, you could teleport yourself to somewhere else. I'm not too sure. I haven't played the whole thing with Mazestinkia. While similar to what's her name, Sister of Twilight, that you could traverse to from one tree magical forest to another magical forest, and we're talking about the main one, like the I forgot what they're called, oak trees and stuff like that. But it might be very similar to this, which will be very useful because this is the Empire. Like the Empire doesn't have like unique feature like that. Doesn't mean they suck. They're good. It's just that they take more more effort to put in. I think that's what they are. Like they're very balanced in a sense. They just make sense of feature. They're just outdated. They just need more more effort to be put into. All right, continue on. Descended from a bloodline long touched by the winds of magic, SF has often been a reclusive yet baneful foe to the enemies of the Empire. As an obsessive experimenter and master of magic, it's time to bring her power to the forefront and enhance the Empire's forces in the space of emerging chaos. Often found mounted atop a Carmine Dragon, Elspeth Von Draken is deadly in every sense of the word. The two-handed pale scythe, her weapon of choice, passively grants her increased spell mastery and resistance, growing in intensity as she casts further spells. Okay, that's good. So every time she casts a spell, her spell gets stronger afterward, and she get like resistant. It doesn't say spell resistant; it just said resistant. So I'm assuming it's gonna be spell resistant, or maybe all resistant. It might be. I don't know. That wasn't clear about that, but suggesting that it just says spell mastery and resistant, it might be just spell resistant. I'm just gonna go off what they just inputted, not assuming what they intended to say. And with the Death Timekeeper, she can reverse the sands in her favor, healing her own wounds by siphoning life from an enemy via direct damage. Ooh. So is it like life leech, but this time you can actually steal their life from it? That's very interesting. Either that's a new spell, or they're adding that to the lore of Heesh, Lord of Death. Sorry, Death magic, or that is her unique spell to her. Either way, that's very interesting. I can't wait to see that. As she stands between life and death, we must also look at Dark Walker, an active augment that grants SF a large helping of physical resistance and triggers the Strider attribute when mounted on a Carmine Dragon. Coruscating blast can be used. I'm guessing that's the Carmine Dragon unique breath attack can be used. This active, okay, yeah, it is. This active dragon breath attack delivers both magical and flaming damage. Plus, with the living darkness passive, she increases her own physical resistance whilst completely removing the magical attacks of enemy within her area of effect. Now, this is nothing new. This is very similar to. Oh man, who does this? It's very unique though. Very rare and very unique to the sense like you stripping off magical attack. Like the Dawi needs something like that. I think the Dawi do have something like this. But if they don't, or they do rarely, this is the type of thing you need with the Dawi because like going against a Dawi, if you have magic attack against them, you're like as a Dawi you're fucked. So, or they're just an important enemy that you need to take out. Move along. We got the Imperial Gunnery School, and we got the first look. Oh, it looked cool. It got some like little sketches. It reminded me of what was that game called? Ooh, it's really a good game. I had to find out what was the game because it was a good game. It's Valkyrie Chronicle. Like it looked cool with the sketches and stuff like that. Okay, so it says here Imperial Gunnery. We got some Imperial Armory and Amethyst armory. So just like I mentioned, there'll be the section for any black powder that deal with black powder. You see no archers, so it's not really technically missile units, but mostly like anything that got to deal with black powder. And then we got the magic armory, which is they didn't show. That sucks. So I guess we're going to see that either on the gameplay or we'll have to try it out. And as you can see, we see like a tier 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully like you can keep on maxing out to the next page. Maybe, I don't know. That looked very interesting. Maybe it'll describe it. We can see they got some mortar, cannons, volley guns, hell cannons, hell blaster. I am so sorry. Everybody love using this units, but I do not remember this unit. I know it's hell blaster or some shit like that. I'm sorry. Steam tank, and I feel like I saw another new version of steam tank. And then we got that ship thing, that looked like a war wagon. Matter of fact, why they don't have war wagon here? That is very interesting. War wagon uses what's that shit called? Mortars. Oh, okay, never mind. Look, it's right here. You can see its effective units. You see the 2 mortar. I think that's the state empires version, and then you got the war wagon mortars. Okay. So it's included. It's not exclusive on its own. It's considered as a mortar. All right, I get it. So I'm guessing the one that's like the one that shoots is going to be under volley gun or this section. It got to be one of these two. All right, so what do we see here? We see mortars. The Empire's mortars' high firing arcs make them the most difficult to operate accurately. Yeah, it's very interesting. They're really good early on. They're not trash. You just got to be patient with the accuracy and stuff like that. And even when the enemy's blobbed up, oh my god, they do devastating power. It's not a joke. If it wasn't for the Hellblaster, this overpower. All right, and then, but with the gunnery school's development, the artillery's tactical advantage can be exponentially increased. Interesting. So we got the first one. It says here, extra gunpowder, missile explosion radius plus 25% for mortar units. Oh my god, that sounds too good to be true. They're saying that 1/4 of its blast radius will be increased. Oh. Now, when I say 1/4 of its original blast radius is increased with it. So obviously, if it's like 50 feet, it would be. Damn it! Now I can't count. Yeah, it's 25. 12.5. So 12.5 will be included with that 50 blast radius, which is it's still great. Wow, that's interesting. I can't wait to see that in action. Camouflage netting gives you snipe for mortars. Oh my god, that's good. With stock. Wow. So you won't even know. Well, you'll know in the loading screen when you see the motors, but you won't be able to know where they're at. A matter of fact, when they shoot, can you see the projectile, the shooting? I never know because the only reason I used that was snipe, or as far as I can remember, is the Actiona ambusher, and you could get sniped right away in that first technology, first tech. It's the same thing, technology, tech, whatever. And then we got here concussive blast enables dazed contact effect, reduce speed and melee defense for motors. Oh my god, that's so good. Instead of relying on technology to boost them up, you're relying on a mechanic that actually specifically uh, grant them boost, which I believe that's what all factions should have in like in their own respective theme. Like that's what I believe. And then they got these nice, beautiful sigil. I don't know if that's just completed or that's how it's gonna look, or did they like I don't know, but that's a nice sigil. Like I like that. And then got these. I'm guessing this is the logo, the sigil for their for Null or the Imperial Gunnery School itself. Either way. So I always wanted to know what was that new unit for that handgunner that looked like a handgunner. But this gun says it all. You see, it looked just like that too. But moving on. Actually, it costs something. It got a different currency, but you won't know right now. So we don't know as of right now how to get them or how to get them. Maybe I'll talk about it later on. Let's go. All right, let me not show everything. The Empire's arsenal needs an upgrade fast and a long-standing institution of great knowledge and innovation. The Imperial Gunnery School has the means to make that a reality. So yeah, it needs an upgrade fast. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you need something to be like up to date and stuff like that, it just needs something like a mechanic that can actually help them boost up their firepower um, for their army. Elspeth Von Draken's unique faction mechanic, the Imperial Gunnery School, offers permanent upgrades for gunnery and artillery units in return for schematics. Yeah, that's what's going to call schematics. A resource earned from using gunnery's units in battle. So the more you use those gunnery units in battle, the more you earn schematics. Now, that's I'm assuming that such as anything of what these guys in artillery, um, as well as from special post battle options when defeating enemy gunpowder units. Wait. As well as from special post battle option when defeating enemy gunpowder units. So just like how you gain more souls or more favor from like Demon Prince and stuff like that, and then more soul because of Wars of Chaos and stuff like that, you get schematics or like Kanapa jogs and stuff like that. There you go. So I guess they're adding a new post battle option. Now I'm guessing it's only for SF Von Draken. I don't think you're gonna get it for like Carl's friends. That might be disappointing. I wish hopefully they have something generally for throughout all Empire at this level. Maybe obviously not this, but like something similar, like that all Empire could use because they do need an update other than this, not just units. Let's see, where were we? Yes, some Imperial Gunnery School upgrades are available from the very start, but innovation is nothing without the knowledge to back it up, and those more advanced upgrades requires the Gunnery School itself to advance. So I'm guessing this is what I was talking about, that this advance throughout. Okay. So hopefully it doesn't mean that you have to unlock up to level 2 or 3 that you have to advance tier, which makes no sense because it got 4 tier. This only got 3 levels, 3 slot that I can see so far. Or maybe each tiers unlocks for different units. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The Imperial Gunnery School can be advanced via field testing, a series of challenges, and prerequisites that prove the institution that has what it takes. Once enough progress has been made, the Amethyst armory can be unlocked. Here is where further schematic can be spent on exclusive Amethyst units and powerful restockable single-use ability. Interesting. So not only there's Amethyst units and powerful restockable single-use abilities. So it's units and single-use abilities that you could get from this school armory. I can't wait. Now, what's the next one? Gardens of More. Let's check this out. Gardens of More. Doesn't look too okay. So I'm guessing these are located at different key points. You see the schematic right there, the resource. We got the same fealty. Is that 62 or 6 out of 2? I can't see it there. We got Flamberg. Can't even see that. Camperbad, Grunberg, and then no. And it looked like it might be like an office that you could assign them. Castle Drakenhof. Middleham. Okay, it says here, Garden of Moor, as part of her arcane language or learning, I can't see it. Flamberg, oh my god. Spend, friendly or neutral empire, but known to SF can be here. Once constructed, SF and her army can travel instantly to a selected Garden of Moor via the fast travel button. The Garden of Moor also offer powerful building viewed in a province overview panel via the button to the right of the building's icon, meaning that there's a button for it, just like the military war console that's up here. Select any existing gardens for the option to deconstruct and make space for a garden at a different location. And it shows here different icon. This one is look like a building. This one is, I'm guessing, fast travel icon. And it shows right here, fast travel. So, yeah. So they're saying that you can actually build these gardens at certain key points. And you got a limit of it. And you could decide to deconstruct it or, build them. So you could be able to fast travel. And there'll be a cooldown. So far, it looks like there's 5 turns for cooldown. Same thing with this. For the deceased to receive protection from Moor, the god of death, after they pass over to the afterlife, they must be buried in the gardens of Moor, where black roses grow and magic has no place for to allow it would defy the certainty of one's demise. With the gardens of Moor, Elspeth Von Draken erects new black tower buildings in any visible, friendly, or neutral empire settlement and reap powerful benefit. Ooh, okay. So you get, hold on, for the deceased portion of the god of the dead, after they pass over the afterlife, they must be buried in the garden of. So I'm guessing the more death that happen, the more points you get. Something like allocated or some shit. Erects new black towers, yeah, visible, friendly, or neutral empire settlement. Oh, and it specifies empire settlement and reaps powerful benefit. So you get benefit from as such, other than fast traveling there. So that means that you could get something else other than like state empire units. Once constructed, SF army can travel instantly to any selected gardens of Moor via fast travel, which has both a cost and a cooldown period. These sacred gardens also offer the construction of a powerful building that can push back corruption, allow for recruitment in foreign territory, and much more. The gardens themselves are limited in number, and if a settlement containing one is razed or occupied by a hostile and or non-empire faction, the gardens within are destroyed. So it's not like the Changeling, where their cultists can't be destroyed by or razed. They can be destroyed, but they have to be found first. But this one, it can be destroyed if none of these of any of these meet the requirement. Next will be Theodore Bruckner. This is the new legendary hero for Empire themselves. And yeah, this is the one that we saw in the video that I was talking about, that he was on his Griffin Knight. I don't know why he's on foot right now, unless they just took off the Griffin off. I don't know, maybe. Or he started off like that. I don't know. We'll see. Often known as the Hand of Judgment, Theodore Bruckner, a legendary hero, serves as the headsman and judicial champion up to the elected Countess to of Null. He stands with the Empire as not just the hand of justice amongst them, but also as a mighty foe to any political opponents that stands against the ways of the Countess. Famed as a savage skills fighter with inhuman ability, Theodore Bruckner has felled many a powerful opponent and has his sights set on Tomarkon, giant in stature, and with an optional demigriff mount for extra mobility. Bruckner is the ideal right-hand man in any conflict. With the Hand of Judgment, passive augment, triggering when in range of an enemy character, Bruckner gains the unbreakable attribute, as well as execute behavior to strike them down swiftly. As the Titan Headsman, Headsman, this active hex effect can decrease the movement speed and melee defense to enemies, while the fearsome combatant passive hits opposition when an intimidate or dropping their mentorship. So far what we're seeing here, let's see if I could just finish it. He may also uncover the Lyrebane and the Stormlance weapon, as well as possessing the deadly Baleflame amulet. This amulet triggers a large explosion when the wearers meets their demise, dealing high damage to those in range. He's going down, swinging. Okay, so far it's very interesting. I like it. I like his little background here. I don't know if that's true or not. Based on the paper, paper versus gameplay will be different. Now, first thing that points out that right now you could take him off on foot. His demigriff is optional, so he's not mandatory to have a mount. And my guess, if you're playing as the Empire and going against Tomarkon, I will best believe that he have an attribute that good against large, because he says here, I don't know why I assumed that he had a bonus of large, but since Tomarkon is great against any large unit, he could be the perfect unit to go against Tomarkon, especially on a large unit. Just don't put him on a mount, because he'll be Tomarkon. If he's standing, he got an anti-large bonus. I don't know if he have anti-large bonus when he's on his mount, but we'll see if that's the case. And along with his really good passive abilities, such as the Hands of Judgment, passive augment, triggering when in range of an enemy character, meaning heroes and lords. I don't know if it counts as regular enemy units. Bruckner gains the unbreakable attribute, meaning like don't care about any psychological damage on his psyche, as well as that execute behavior to strike them down swiftly. Now, I'm guessing this is going to be like very similar to, what's his name? Yuambo. That might be the case. Maybe. As the Titan Headsman, this active hex effect can decrease the movement speed and melee defense of enemies while the fearsome combatant passive hits the opposition when intimidated or dropping the leadership. So I'm guessing there's two passive. No, I'm sorry. There's one active hex and then one passive. So one decrease the movement speed and melee defense, which is that would be great. While there's a passive one would an intimidate aura would be dropping their leadership. That's good. That's good. Like he's living up. These abilities are living up to his title. But also shows here that he have unique items for himself. Liar's Bane and Stormlance weapons. Or I'm guessing it's Liar's Bane and Stormlance are the same weapon. That could be possible. Because it would be weird that he have two weapons. Like what one Maybe one specified the other, like one targets. How should I say? Like, let's say like one is great against demons, and then one is against um, empires or some shit like that, or one is good against anti infantry, and one is anti large. That could be possible. I do not know. Or this two weapon is one unit. It just got the two name to it. I do not know. That could be possible. So we'll see when they showcase him. I'm sorry. As well as possessing the deadly Bale Flame amulet. So this is, guess he got another unique item, which is an amulet that will trigger a large explosion when the wearers meet their demise, dealing high damage to those in range. So I'm guessing once you die, something something incredible will happen. Explosion will happen. So just like in Call of Duty 2, I'm sorry, no, Call of Duty. No, I'm sorry, Modern Warfare 2 when they had the perk called Martyrdom. When you die, a grenade will be dropped and then may kill those who's in range. Um, that's might it won't be. This is not going to be real too serious because those who will like to keep their heroes and lords alive will do their best not to have them die. So it's a good thing, but I'm pretty sure they will go with something else. All right, Master Engineer. All right, so that's the sharpshooter we saw in the video, the Drones of Decay trailer. And when he was on the wall, he sniped some. I forgot who he sniped. He sniped someone, but I can't remember. Looked like he got a cannon too. The sight of a master engineer is a rare one within the empire. These quiet men of intellect and progress learn to write scripture, design outlandish architecture, and invent strange machinery for the benefit of their civilization. But it's not just their penchant for deadly weapon supplies that makes them a valuable asset on the battlefield. Master engineers that grow weary of the quiet life step into combat with their firearm expertise and utilize their patriotic nature to achieve victory. He's a veteran for sure. Like they don't like quiet. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I know one person, but I could tell like what they mean. He's a veteran. Like he is scarred. He got PTSD. So like if he felt like there's a quiet life, he's like, let me just join in some fight. And he's trigger happy. I want to say trigger happy. He's like he's itching to pull a trigger. Maybe I'm saying I'm going too far with that. This new generic lore. Oh, it's a generic lore. I thought it was a hero. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, color me purple because I'm surprised. This new generic lord for the Empire may approach the battle on foot or mounted atop a warhorse. Mechanical steed, interesting. Or even within a steam tank. Oh. So these lords now have a mount of a steam tank. I don't know about the mechanical steed. It might be very similar like the Jargonoff. I think Jargonoff is like what? Mixed demons and mechanics. It then says here, wielding a grenade launcher. That's what it is. Oh, it's not a cannon. It's a grenade launcher as the primary weapon and a sword as a backup. So he's a hybrid unit, lord. But I don't see no sword. Let me see. Is that the sword right there? It's like pointing weird. That's weird. But that's really interesting. Wait, is that a new unit over here? They're all dressed in black. I love the thing, red and black. Oh, that's her new thing gonna be. Look, I thought it was gonna be like purple, but yeah, that looked cool. All right. So, wielding a grenade launcher as their primary weapon and a sword as backup, the master engineer brings some experimental device to the table as they lead their army directly. With the master of ballistics, this passive ability grants reduced reload time for artillery and war machines, whilst also increasing their accuracy. Thanks to their pigeon bombs, is gotta be new. I don't. Well, maybe it's not new, but it's new to me. An active ability, the master engineer can deliver a single long-range bombardment of destruction. Now, is it gonna be like Sears Doom or they're talking about like a cone-shaped breath attack? That's very interesting. I had to see how that's gonna look. Or it's just like yeah, like I said, like bombardment, like searing them. Learn from the best. Now we got the engineer. So is that gonna be a lord or a hero? Oh, that's the mechanical steed. Yeah, you can tell because look at the hinge. Yeah, it's a mechanical steed. And I don't know electricity coming from the steed or him. So this might be a new map because I see like roses or nah, because this is a orc. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nah overthinking it. But this is the mechanical steed mount. Engineers of the Empire follow a life similar to that of their masters, though instead of leading troops into battle, they opt to nestle themselves within it as a supporting generic hero, wielding the same gizmos and gadgets as those that trained them. The engineers leave their grenade launchers at home in favor of a two-handed repeater rifle with the option of a war horse or mechanical steed for a mount. So no steed tank. While with this, they still have access to the artillery buff with the master of ballistics and a potent mercurial shots from their rifle. Now this might be like a snipe ability. They do more damage maybe. Oh, with mercurial shot, an active missile magic missile for the engineer. They fire a powerful flaming projectile from afar with a high target penetration. Yeah, I said it right. Okay, and a explosive payload. Study his ways. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So he said, wait, hold on. Engineer that follows similar to the master instead of the optimist and with supporting. Yeah, so it's a generic hero. Okay. Now we got this known Ironside. So these are like long rifle, drawn from the guards and apprentice of the Imperial Gunnery School. The Knoll Ironside belonged to the Iron Companies of Knoll, rocking heavy plate armor and black powder firearm as some of the most widely respected combatants the Empire has to offer. And with the advanced equipment to match, the Knoll Ironside are a new missile infantry that the enemy will wish they kept their distance from. Now, based on this, how the length of their rifle, I'm pretty sure their range will be practically huge. Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe it's the same length as the handgunners. We'll see. With access to a two-handed rifle and a sword as backup. Okay, so I'm guessing these are hybrids as well. The Knoll Ironside are best suited along with their fellow handgunners, launching a barrage of lead across the lands to support their frontline troops. Thanks to their passive ability, Black Powder Discipline, the Knoll Ironside gain a big boost to their accuracy and reload speed when they shoot from oh my god, it's beautiful. From a stationary position, oh wow. Accuracy and reload speed. Oh, that's so beautiful. Some of you spotted Ironside with non-regulation repeater handguns in our Thrones of Decay announced trailer. This footage was captured on an in-development version of the game. However, in order to remain as authentic to the world of Warhammer as possible, the Knoll Ironside at release will be issued with Master Roth handguns, plate armor, and highly drilled firing discipline. Now, so we're not getting the repeater handguns. I think that's what they're saying. I don't know. Like, comment down below what you think, because I feel like they're saying that the one that we saw in the video, because I knew what I was talking about, is their repeater handgunners. So I'm guessing they're not going to put it there. It was a in development version, just happened to be, and they're just going to switch it out with something else. It says here the Knoll Ironside at release will be issued with Master Roth handguns, plate armor, and highly drilled firing discipline. Master Roth handguns. You're not calling this a handgun. That's a fucking rifle. Or, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We gotta look into it. Sometimes I don't understand what the fuck they're saying or what they're intended to say. Hochland long rifle. So these are the one that got to be sniped because that got to be, yeah, that's a scope right there. I know a scope when I see one. Black and red, such a beautiful color right there. The Empire doubles down on their black powder utilization with the Hochlanders and their rifled firearm crafted by Leon Todmeiser himself. This precise Hochland long rifle, or to give it its full title, Leon Todmeiser fantabulously far-reaching, hard-coded bust of unforeseeable and unperceived bereavement is widely hated by those who that haven't the privilege to use it. Yo, yo, this better not be the name. The regiment renown better have this name. This is that's gonna be so funny. I'm not gonna keep on calling it that. Able to single out generals and commanders from afar, no one on the wrong end of this barrel is truly safe. And with a sword in the back pocket, yeah, I guess it, of its user, this low entity missile units find its place amongst the Empire's growing taste for firearm. Now, I've been saying that these are hybrids, but it could be possible that they're just missile units and infantry, and they just happen to have a sword to help them fight them, but still not considering themselves as a hybrid. That could be possible. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think handgunners have a sword on the side. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't been playing them, and I don't have like a close up. I don't usually look at them close up like that. All right, Knights of the Black Rose. Oh my God, those armor looks so sick. And then their helmets. This one looked like more of a skull. Look at that. Founded during the darkest day of the Black Plague, the Order of the Black Rose was always shrouded in mystery, though its size has shifted unreliably over time, with dark silver armor to reference their name and red gauntlets to signify the split blood of their enemies. The Knights of the Black Rose, a new cavalry unit, frequent the symbols of the god of death and are only chosen from those of the highest nobility. As heavily armored cavalry unit, the Knights of the Black Rose ride atop a war horse as they storm into battle. Equipped with a sword and shield, they excel at prolonged combat without the need to cycle in and out, helping them lock down the enemy as their fellow cavalry push in from the flank and bind the opposition where they stand. Oh, that'd be great to combine them. So these are like Vanguard version of the regular cavalry. Like they can actually stay in battle. Hopefully, like their stat truly live up to their paperwork. Assuming they don't send them flying, of course. Steam tank volley guns. Oh my God! And this one's like Carl. Is it? Oh my God! That's what a steam tank is missing. The first steam tank ever designed came from the mind of Italian inventor Leonardo da Miragliano, and used a dwarf technology to power its many gears and piston. They became an empire staple, despite a design so complex that future empire and generation have been unable to produce more of them. Okay, interesting. But now a new variant has arrived on the field, completely rebuilt, remodeled, and redesigned, bringing it with it a unique tool of destruction. Though the typical steam tank brings a whole mounted cannonball launcher at the part of the package, the Volleygun variants has swapped that weapon out for a new revolving triple barrel cannons. Yeah, okay. I thought it was multiple from if you see it from here, but if you look at it, it's just elongated and it's 3 barrels right here. This change in weaponry sacrificed the longer range of the steam cannon for much higher rate of fire, making it ideal for getting into the thick of battle and more target down with its spinning barrel. Now, I already know we're gonna have a doom stack with the volley gun version of steam tank and the other steam tank, and we're gonna have a life wizard with it. That is so dope. And it comes with the red and the Iron Man color, the red and yellow. I'm sorry, gold. Gold. Oh, there's more. Steam Tank as a whole has been also seen an upgrade with several new attributes and behavior that will impact both variants. The Steam Tank now has a directional shield which allows it to block projectile from all sides. But crucially, the missile block chance is most effective when the tank is hit by a projectile at the front. Now, let me see. Does it show it here? Not really. But you see, like, I don't know if that's supposed to be a flag or like a shield made like a flag. But ideally, to my opinion, that's how it should have worked. Like, if you in real life, you wouldn't want to have things protecting on the side. Like, if you ever seen an anime called Sengoku, I believe it's called Sengoku, when he was like they were frozen, petrified for 1,000 years or something like that, and like really smart and stuff like that. And he built like a tank, and I think he's like he shielded on the side. Now, or maybe I'm just imagining shit. I don't know. I may correct me if I'm wrong about that. They also opened the hatch on top, and an engineer commander sits proudly in a turret, waving his sword about and shooting anyone who gets too close. Finally, the steam tank can fire all its weapon whilst on the move, making it easier to use in battle. Oh, so now they fire while moving. Wait, finally steam tank. I'm guessing both of them too. Steam tank and volley gun, because all it said finally the steam tank can fire all its weapons while it's on the move. Not only that, I'm guessing it's like the Sky Lantern that you can still use as primary, not Sky Lantern, the other one, the higher version, whatever, that you can use as primary weapon, but you have like backup, like shooting regular bullets and stuff like that. All right. Marienburg Land. Oh, that's what it's called? So it's a ship. Marienburg Land Ship. That looks so cool. Weird, but still cool, though. I don't know why. Who thought this would be okay to... I don't know. What the hell? Well, who thought to make this? That is so funny. I want to know why did they come up with this idea? Set sail in the face of adversity with the Marienburg land ship, a colossal bulky contraption originally designed for the merchant lords of Marienburg in an attempt to intimidate the Empire's strongest steam tanks. With this new war machine lacks in sophistication, it more than makes up for its sheer size, ambition, and its myriad of weaponry. Let's see. Towering over the battlefield as a mobile fortress of sort, the Marienburg land ship launches light cannon rounds from its covering. I'm guessing they're talking about this one, and can crush opponents underfoot, whilst the crew remain on the deck above, armed with rifle to pick off any passerby. With the active toggle ability full power, the Marienburg cranks itself up to full speed, sacrificing its turning capability in favoring of ramming speed. If things aboard the vessel are getting dire, the passability abandoned ship will trigger, detonating the land ship and wiping out anyone nearby. Ooh. But with the might of this hulking war machine, the enemy will be the ones thrown overboard. And they got ladders too, that's funny. Yeah, I like the detail. Yeah, it's like really like a ship. So basically, they could shoot light cannons. So I'm guessing it's not gonna be as strong when it's shooting with as a steam tank. However, they have multiple way to use this. So it's basically a battering ram, a light cannon with men on top shooting as well, and you could run them over. And if they're about to die, they can detonate themselves and causing mass damage. What would be cool that if you detonate them and they ban the ship, that just like Colossus. Damn, what's that name? Necrosolus. Am I saying it right? Colossus. Colossus Colossus, Necrosolus. I don't know. The thing for Vampire Coast, you know how they're about to die, they drop some units out. To me, that would be great because they will still have their pistol. So meaning they're not entirely useless. So hopefully when you use that passive ability, abandon ship will trigger the detonating land ship and wiping anyone nearby, and they run far enough to that they don't get caught onto it, and they become another unit as, like, I don't know, handgunners, not handgunners, whatever units there are right now look like handgunners from here, or like repeaters. Like you can see a little bit of them. All right, but with the mites of this hooking, I have it sorted. Empire Legacy updates. Just as we did with the Nurgle last week, we are going to touch upon some of the big legacy updates coming to the Empire's faction as a whole with update 5.0. Remember, if you already own the Empire in any form, you will still benefit from the below changes completely free. Elected Counts and Imperial Authority. That's what's called, Imperial Authority. I was calling it fealty. What are the issues with the current system? While the Imperial Authority and Elected Count system for Carl's Friends work quite well in Warhammer 2, the addition of the new threats to the Empire in Warhammer 3 have left the system as a whole feeling quite punishing. There are a few UX issue with UX, whatever. Wait. Features, I guess. It doesn't matter. There are a few UX, I forgot what it's called, issues with the elected counts mechanic, such as it's not being clear who the rightful owner of a region would be before taking a settlement. The current interaction between fealty and imperial authority often leaves the player increasing their imperial authority directly, while then hoping that imperial authority increases their fealty each turn, which doesn't give much control to the player. What are we changing? Imperial authority had been reworked and separated from the elected count system. While the elected count system is often not appropriate for our other empire lords, as they aren't electors in lore, we felt like imperial authority could be used as a central mechanic for all empire's faction. All empire factions now have the access to imperial authority. However, the feature only becomes active once they own land within the empire territory. They let that count, which makes sense. I didn't know that they didn't do that. I haven't played Empire in Warhammer 3, so I would not know how is it going there. The let the counts mechanic is now exclusive to Carl's Friends. Oh yeah, but don't worry, Guild is getting new toys as outlined below. Imperial authority would imperially impact fealty via chance. Fealty now goes up and down directly via cause and effect, so players will be able to more directly see the effects of their or others' decision and action across the empire. All right. At the base level, imperial authority shows how much of the empire is actually controlled by said empire, and it will divvy out rewards accordingly, whilst giving you a clearer view of how well the empire of men is doing as a whole. Okay. Some tweaks and improvement have been made to the elected counts UI to tidy it up, fix color bleeding, and have some of the elected counts visible at all times. New markers have been added to the Empire region to show who their rightful owner should be when owned by someone else. Some of the elected counts functionality has changed. Originally, it replenished all elected counts state troops. Now, when elected counts are summoned, every elected count that is not currently garrisoned or besieged will be summoned to a Carl's Friends location, turning the tide when faced with overwhelming odds. That's... So you got to build a functionality that will help you in a dire need. That's very interesting. With these changes and by allowing every empire faction access to imperial authority, we're reinforcing the idea that every leader is motivated by the protection of empire, even if some are preoccupied in other areas at the beginning of the campaign. Now, it's unfortunate that I don't have access to these early access anymore due to the, I guess they shut down the program. Hopefully, I did apply again for, I think it's called Exalted. What's it called? Exalted Demon Exalted. I think it's called Exalted Content Creator, some shit like that. But I applied, but it looked like it's gonna take a while for them to actually review my application. But until then, I'll just go over what new stuff they came out with and just cover them as best I can. Let's see, where was I? Oh, okay. With these changes and by allowing every Empire faction access to Imperial authority, we're reinforcing the idea that every leader is motivated by the protection of the Empire, even if some are preoccupied in other areas at the beginning of a campaign. Ooh. Let's see what ideas they come up with that will actually be benefit to each other lords. Faction. Carl's Friends. Carl's Friends hosts a beloved campaign that many players enjoy, which I still never understood. So it was important for us to maintain everything you enjoy about his journey, whilst also making some tweaks to help us keep it up to snuff. What an issue with the Prince of Altdorf. Carl's Friends started position can be quite tricky at times, particularly with the situation at Helmgart. Players will often struggle to take the fort of Helmgart in a timely manner, resulting in a lot of damage to the rest of the Empire while they lay siege. This slows Carl's Friends campaign down considerably. The electric machination didn't have much use past the early to mid-game when there are less electric faction in the world. While the elected counts and imperial authority features require you to defend the empire, Cost doesn't get many tools to help him out to do that, and would even be met with trespass penalty when trying to rush to the aid of his fellow men. Yeah. After a certain point, prestige became an unneeded resource without anything to true value to spend on. Yeah. What are we changing? Carl's Friends now begin his campaign with control over Helmgart, a small change in theory, but one that has a big impact on this early game flow, having freed up a big bottleneck and allowing him to gain some stronger momentum. Yeah, that would make a difference. That would make a big difference for sure. And hopefully, being able to spend the necessary amount to upgrade the building is a must as well. We have added a bunch of new tools to Carl's Friends within his electoral machination panels called Imperial's Decree. Each decree is a powerful ability that can benefit either your own or fellow Empire faction at the cost of prestige. As an example, you can trigger an inquisition in a province to clear away some of that pesky vampire Nurgle corruption. Send aid to an elector that increases their fealty and spawn a temporary army for them. Hopefully they're strong enough, not, excuse me, shitty army. And then, they could just like die off over time. And, or it's, it'll be very useful. Hopefully, yeah, because like when I was playing Changeling, when they summon, like they're like, oh, there's going to be rebels when you finish a scheme and they just get wiped up themselves like real quick. It's like it makes no sense. Or when they like mostly like that makes no sense, man. I ain't like that, because you're not really causing chaos. You're actually just giving them free levels. You're giving them free experience. Pretty much you're letting them farm on you. There's a term for that. You're allowing them to farm on you pretty much. Send aid to an elector that increases their fealty and spawn the temporary army up for them, or safely declaring war against another elector count without suffering fealty losses through the casus belli. And they came up with a legal term for this situation. That is so hilarious. So I don't know. Maybe something I'm interpreting it differently. Maybe it's like supposed to be like Latin. Supposed to be like casus belli, like it just means cost bill, the cost bill. I don't know. I'm interpreting too much to it. Carl is now immune to all trespass penalty when moving through the Empire-owned territory. Of course, he's the Prince Emperor. College is magic. You didn't think we forgot about Balthazar Gelt, did you? What issue are there with Balthazar Gelt? To me, in my opinion, he's pretty good. Like, I don't believe he have any issue, like a big issue, like cause friends. That's for sure. But the Guilt deserve a unique faction mechanic of his own. He has grown weary of his current starting position, and as the addition of SF in Null is making the Empire feel a bit cramped over there, he is seeking a change of locale. What are we changing? Just gonna call him Guilt. Guilt has taken an educational exchange trip to Grand Cathay. Interesting. Starting just shy of some nomads were in the Temple of Elemental Winds. Okay, that's what wait, Elemental Wind. No, that's not the one with the shotgun as the shit. And being right next door to his good friend the Iron Dragon. Yeah, I think that's what it is. The one with the flag with the shotgun on it. I think. Trying to remember. As he helped the Iron Dragon deal with the nomads, he is presented with a series of dilemmas that paved the way of his time in Cathay, or even his return to the Empire, having secured a long life friendship in the process. This is a big change for real. What's all this about new campaign mechanic? Guilt has a new campaign mechanic, the Colleges of Magic. With this mechanic, whenever Guilt fights a battle with a wizard in his army, he will acquire arcane essays with a number of arcane essays per battle, correlating with the numbers of wizard present. These arcane essays can then be spent on gaining instant access to wizards from every lore of magic, allowing him to accrue spellcaster quicker and easier than anyone else on the map. Once you acquire a new wizard, let's use a gray wizard for this example, more action are unlocked for that college pertaining to that specific spellcaster. Firstly, arcane essay can be spent to unlock the Dance of Despair Catalysm spell, so long as the gray wizard is within your army during battle, or a unique effect in the instant mass concealment can be purchased with essay to grant the stalking stance to the army containing the gray wizard, granting them a 100% success chance. Amber success chance. Perhaps you wish to heal your entire army in a single go, with a recruited Jade wizard, you can do just that, and with the other lords of magic at your disposal, that's only the tip of the iceberg. I promise you, they're gonna nerf some of these stuff. These sound very overpowered, even though it's on paper. I can assure you, some of these are gonna be too overpowered. They're gonna nerf something for this. These changes, in addition, are designed to revitalize the Empire across the board and make their new arrival, SF Von Draken, feel right at home, whether you're summoning the elected counts as cross friends, polishing up on a arcane with Balthazar Gelt, or educating the masses with the Imperial Gunnery School. There's planning to sink your teeth into. Up next, for more detail on SF Von Draken and watch her in action, keep an eye on our official channel for our second Thrones of Decay gameplay showcase. Next week will be narrowly, that's pretty much the same shit. We'll be narrowly dodging our place in the Book of Grudges by tackling the great inventor himself, Malachi Makaisan. And following up the week after that will be with our FLC blog post and a FAQ to answer your question. So I'm guessing they're not going to do a showcase for that. It's just going to be a blog just like this. As always, we love to know your thoughts. So the links below to make your voice heard on all things Total War. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to read this yourself and try to understand it on your own pace, there'll be a link down below. Very interesting, as I mentioned, that it's very interesting. Too bad I didn't show the Regiment Renown units. Unlike no, it didn't. Termacon faction didn't show it either. But can't wait for the gameplay just to see how they work and how the mechanic is gonna be introduced. Would I love to play as Gelt, or especially Gelt, and I'm still not interested in playing Carl's. Just a little change it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it in a, what is that thing called? In a live stream. Maybe. If I'm gonna do Carl's run, I'm gonna do it as a live stream, like make it really special. I don't hate Carl's run. It's just I don't find him very interesting. But Gelt, I would play this one for sure. with the College of Magic. That sounds very interesting. But who I will play first if I were to get the DLC, I gotta answer that on maybe after the introduction to Malachi, because based on these two, I still want to go with Termacon because it's very simple to play as him. I bet, and it's not that much to thinking. Um, you just need to build up relationship with your chieftain. That's pretty much it. But with her, you just need to like do stuff to actually upgrade your weapons and stuff like that. So that's gonna take a while. So I know that this campaign will be longer than Tomocon campaign. While Malachi, just based on his paperwork, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a little bit, in my opinion, not exciting. Yeah, we'll soon find out next week. We'll see. All right, comment down below what you think about SF on Draken, because it sounds very interesting with their new mechanic, her spells, herself, her scythe, her passive ability, her mount, her Carmine Dragon, Guardians of Moor, Imperial Gunnery School, which is going to be so dope. And her and the legendary hero Theodore Bruckner will be a great access to her army. Master Engineer going to be a great access to as a generic lord, along with some engineer. Definitely going to have an engineer, some engineer in her army, because she's going to be, for sure, she's going to be focused on black powders units. And obviously, you're going to need some frontline. It's interesting. There's not that many frontline units, which I guess that's what they were going for. So looking at the fact that these are going to be considered as frontline units because they're single entity, I'm pretty sure they could hold off their unit. But yeah, I can see how I could build the army with her. Not with Tomacon, not yet, but with this one, yeah, for sure. All right, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you have yet to do so. Comment down below what you think about this, as I mentioned. And yeah, we'll check me out on the next episode when I upload the next content about the Thrones of Decay. Right now, I'm going to see if I could just try to continue with my campaign with Changeling. I believe it's episode 13. And with that being said, that's all for Omega. I'll see you in the next episode.